The emphasis on the Virginia
Yes.
Tech game last year. How are you approaching that now? As you look back, are you happy with the emphasis you put on it?
I really am, and the approach is similar. That doesn't mean the goal has changed, and the brutal fact is that game has to be won by Virginia. It has to be won sooner rather than later. Olamide spoke, I think, last year and was very clear about that goal. The emphasis is still the same for us. That's for our program to be healthy and to reach its potential, not only on the coastal side, but just for the future of the program. We have to continue to make the changes and improvements necessary in all parts of our program to win that game. And so really the emphasis remains the same.
Last year you changed some things leading up to the game as far as players talking.
That'll be the same. Yeah, so I think that we've closed the gap. Put it this way, I think we're closing the gap. I can't say closed because closed would mean that we've won the game. But in the 3 years that I've been the coach at Virginia, I think we're getting closer each year. Number one, to understanding what it will take to win the game, applying the strategy to allow us to, but we're yet to have mastered that to actually pull it off. But I think we are making improvements, and I would say probably that the improvements in relation to winning that game are kind of the improvements that are being shown in the program at large from each of the successive years of year 1 to year 2 to year 3, with still plenty of room to grow.
Well, what's your impressions of the transfer system the way it is right now? Obviously, they have the portal, the waiver system. They're still making tweaks. Kind of what do you view it as, and where it's at right now?
So my view on the current transfer system is that I am a proponent of the portal. I think the portal holds coaches accountable for how they manage their roster, how they treat their current players, and how they run their programs. So I endorse the portal. What I don't endorse is the waiver system. I think the waiver system is too lenient. I think that every player that transfers ought to sit a year, but ought to, when they graduate, have a chance to earn that year back. Education still, to me, is first, and so that makes sure that they get their education and it doesn't cost them a year. I also think that provides a level of oversight which currently is not in place with the portal. Before, when the players had to come to the coaches, there was an oversight, and the coaches, quite frankly, mishandled that in many cases, limiting where they could go, where they could not go. But now with the portal, they can announce they're going in the portal without truly having to go through a vetting process of are they really making the right decision. I think it's too easy with a year to have served before they're eligible. Again, I think that adds the oversight necessary for young people in a tough situation, whatever that might be, to pause and really think if that's what's necessary. So again, I'm for the portal, I'm against the waiver. I think all ought to sit for a year, graduate, and earn it back is where I stand.
Perfect.
Thank you guys, from year 2 to year 3, I think you improved from 78th to 21st nationally in scoring and defense. You've got a lion's share of starters back this season. What might improvement look like for Virginia's defense this year? How would it manifest itself?
It will manifest in run defense and physical play. So our result is now approaching the level of our expectations and what we're used to statistically, but also what the yield is. What we have not matched yet in terms of expectation is what it sounds, looks, and feels like, especially in defending the run and the physical nature of that. So the roster is still developing, the bodies are still developing, but the style of play, while the result in yield is close, the way it's being accomplished is not yet what we know it can be.
And Bryce,